Republican candidate Herschel Walker has lied about a lot of things, but in this case, he's actually being honest for once. Weird. He recently told a local newspaper that he wasn't that smart. Oh, all right. So let me give you the context here. This comes from an interview in the Savannah Morning News where he was having a conversation with a reporter about an upcoming debate between him and Senator Raphael Warnock. So this is the Georgia election. Walker told reporter Latrice Williams that, quote, I'm a country boy. I'm not that smart. Warnock, he says, is a preacher and is smart and wears these nice suits. So he is going to show up and embarrass me at the debate October 14th. And I'm just waiting to show up and I will do my best. Well, at least he understands that the debate is not on a Sunday night. It is on a Thursday night. But before he's like, the football, I can't, nobody's going to be watching the debate because of football. Sunday night football. Hey, look, he's not that smart. To be fair, he said it. I didn't. But look, that is a little bit of honest, refreshing honesty from a Republican, at least. I mean, that is, of course, the reason he's being honest is that his brain is basically a plate of scrambled eggs at this point, which explains why he would likely not be so good at debating, and of course, why he's openly admitting it. But here's the thing, though. I actually think that this might help him with Republican voters. I'm not kidding. At this point, understand how anti-intellectual the Republican Party has become. They hate smart people. They really, really do. Look, why do you think he won the primary in the first place? Again, you've heard Herschel Walker speak before. A lot of times he comes out and says word salad. I mean, look, Donald Trump, famously did the
person, woman, man, camera, TV.
All right. So person, woman, man, camera, TV, right? Herschel Walker would be like person, surfboard, airplane, camera, lid, potato. Did I get it right? And Republican primary voters, they looked at this guy and they said, nailed it. Nailed it. That's our guy. That's our guy. We want him. Because we've gotten to a point in Republican politics where being smart is bad. It is seen as a negative. And really, it's seen as a negative because smart has been likened to being an elite. And that's what it is. And so now, in the party, you have a race to see who's the dumbest. I've called it a dumb-off before. And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of smart Republicans, politicians, right, who are forced to act dumb to appeal to the far-right mass. The people who have rejected intelligence, literally. Look, unlike Sarah Palin or Louis Gohmert, who are legitimately dumb, there are, or of course Donald Trump himself, but there are smarter politicians like J.D. Vance, for example, who is an intelligent person, but has had to dumb himself down and has had to kiss Donald Trump's ass. But see, Herschel Walker isn't like any of those people. Herschel Walker has literal brain damage. I'm not kidding. This is from his football career. So he's like literally a brain damaged person that Republican voters have chosen to run for office, for Senate. And look, along with that, Herschel Walker has long admitted to having dissociative identity disorder. Now, look, that's not disqualifying if you're properly treated, right? Mental illness, I mean, it's a very serious thing. But again, you can get treatment for it, you can get help for it, and be perfectly productive, and go on to be a great senator, right? However, it depends on what the treatment is. Now, one of the counselors who had treated Walker believed that his condition was caused, the dissociative identity disorder was caused by literal demons, which he called a theological and sociological reality in a 2000 article asking that is titled, "Is it dissociation or demonization?" That was published in the Journal of Psychology and Christianity. So when this guy saw Herschel Walker, when Herschel Walker was getting treated by this guy, he's like, now it could be mental illness, or maybe
it's the devil, okay?
Maybe it's the devil. I don't know. It sounds like demons. Again, just look up the history of that. But the other thing, by the way, that could help Walker, or, at least not hurt him, is the fact that debates, they're more about spectacle and less about issues. So, look, I don't think the people who watch this debate that are on the side of Herschel Walker will care about the issues. Not really. I think Herschel Walker, they'll come out and, he'll come out and he'll say a bunch of nonsense and we'll come out the other side just the same. I really don't see debates moving the needle for Walker all that much. Okay. So, maybe, at worst he'll lose a couple of points, but he's already behind. The latest polling in the Georgia race by Quinnipiac, taken September 8th through the 12th, with 1,200 likely voters, has Warnock up by about 6 points. Other polls have shown him up to about 10 points. So, look, I don't think he can do worse, especially with this debate, and maybe he could do better with some of the dum-dums. I don't know. As for Warnock could, this debate could actually help Warnock's case if he were to focus on some of the issues. Now, again, it depends on how he does. Maybe Warnock could botch the debate. Maybe he could bring up a bunch of, non-issues, make himself look bad to Georgia voters. And so there's a way that he could possibly lose points on that. But if you're to talk about issues, if you're to focus on real issues that are facing working people, then I think Warnock will do all right. Especially since, remember, they had run originally on $2,000 stimulus checks. Now we didn't get those, right? But I do remember the call. Hey, if you elect, Raphael Warnock and John Ossoff, you can get your $2,000 stimmy checks. Now that, of course, could work against him because we didn't get the checks. But it does show you, it really kind of illustrate how these kitchen table issues helping average working class people is actually, good for the voters. And they'll like that. And they'll vote for that. But we'll see what happens. As long as they avoid wading into the clown show stuff and keep it focused on the issues, I think Warnock will do fairly well.